Big baller, got me Benzema. Goal for me neck, nah give me eczema. Big baller, got me Benzema. Anyway you see me, you a fissy 10 killer.
Hey, the Juggle is on the airwaves with just about 12 minutes, moving out to the hour of 7 o'clock and the end of another jam-packed edition, which means we have 12 minutes to tell you about an innovation, or at least not necessarily an innovation, but an announcement set to take place right here on the Juggle. FIFA Pro Clubs. It is all the rave, all the talk of late.
It's shaking up the FIFA world.
But I am told it's something that's been happening for quite a while now. Yeah. I seem to have been living under a rock. You know, I know the feature existed, but I didn't quite know the extent to which it has been utilized, not just globally, but certainly here in Trinidad and Tobago. Crazy. So we are joined by some guys who are about to launch the Trinidad Super League. It is set to be.
I don't want to cut you, I just see.
Sure.
I just seen one of these guys. You know, we could see them because it's on Zoom. And I just seen one of these guys have on a Liverpool shirt.
And one has on a
Barca shirt.
With a Spain flag in the background.
I just let you know in advance. There's the Juggle and his Rabs and Banter. So come correct.
Yeah,
Carry on, Jassy.
So here we are joined by Ronald Hernandez, a.k.a. Press. He's the head admin of the Trinidad Super League. And Miles Matthews, a.k.a. Zari. He's the PRO, the Public Relations Officer. And they are here to talk about the Trinidad Super League. It is the Pro Clubs. How do we put it?
It's a community.
Yes, it's a community, but it is the or set to be the place to be.
Yeah.
If you call yourself any player worth of note,
top pro
in the pro clubs,
you will need to be in the TSL, the Trinidad Super League.
Right. So let's say good afternoon to our guests, Miles Matthew and Ronald Hernandez, and Miles Matthews, and they are here to talk about Trinidad Super League. Welcome, guys, to the Juggle, Rabs and Banter.
I want to address Stefano. Stefano is a Chelsea fan. He's here.
You carry on, but I will deal with you after. You carry on now. Carry on. So, Press, thanks for joining us, bro.
Afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon. So, Press, you know, a lot of our listeners, they may not really know about, you know, the pro club community and what it entails. They may just know, you know, about one-on-one FIFA in person. So, can you shed a little light into what Pro Clubs is really about so our listeners could get a better understanding going forward?
So Pro Clubs is basically an online platform based off of FIFA that simulates a real life match. It pits 11 players against 11 players online. It's real competitive, is probably the fastest growing e-gaming community in Trinidad and Tobago. Zari, you want to chime in a little bit and expand a little bit?
So we're talking here about 11. When you say 11 versus 11, each player that is on the game is controlled by an actual player. Isn't that cause for confusion, or you just have to be real good and real in sync?
No, it's football, so it's our teamwork. We just train, we just practice. We have players playing certain positions.
Yeah,
some good at it like myself, some all right like Zari.
What?
How did this go on?
Training you said. All right. So Zari, tell us a little bit more about this, and I guess how Trinidad and Tobago has sort of, as Ronald was mentioning, how Trinidad and Tobago has sort of built a thriving community in this Pro Clubs thing.
Yeah, man, no problem. Again, everybody, afternoon, a privilege to be on. As Press mentioned, it is one of the fastest growing esports community in our country. We know that we have a lot of footballers in Trinidad and Tobago. And we found, especially due to the pandemic, a lot of persons were flooding online virtually to meet up with their friends, form teams, and compete. It is the arena is very competitive. You know, everybody in the country like Bant and Rab, so you don't want to lose that boy. When I lose the Press, I saw her.
And that's often, eh? That's often.
So guys, just going forward in terms of what your immediate plans are. Now, I know that you're all going to have, you know, a few demo matches and stuff coming up in the near future, but we're thinking long term here. what are the long-term plans for the pro clubs community locally, and do you all have any upcoming initiatives that you all would like to inform the audience about?
Well, we heading into FIFA 22, right? So to end FIFA 21, which has been probably the most productive for Trinidad and Tobago pro clubs, because we have seen the national team represented at the World Cup stage on various platforms, IFBPA, ITFA, VPG, PGS. So this has been probably the most successful FIFA for us. So we end in FIFA with a bang. We're having an 18 invitational tournament with some of the best teams in Trinidad and Tobago, with some of the best players that they have to offer. It will be streamed via True Guardian Media Limited on one of their platforms. It will be on Wednesday. Excuse?
No, you go ahead.
Hello? All right. The games will be Wednesday. It will have the quarterfinals and semifinals on Wednesday. It will start from 9 p.m. And then the final would be on Sunday at 9 p.m. too.
No,
that will all be in build-up to FIFA 22, which would be us launching the Trinidad and Tobago Super League. It's a 20-team league. At the moment, we have 16 teams, so any managers that are interested don't know it's going to be competitive. It's over 20K, over 20,000 in prizes with a grand prize at 10,000. So you could reach out to me, press PSN, also at the Facebook page, Trinidad and Tobago Pro Clubs community. So feel free to join and reach out. That will be starting with a round robin on the 17th, and the league will be officially kicking off on the 24th.
So tell me, you mentioned something that caught my attention and I didn't want to let it slip. Something about Trinidad and Tobago, the national team and representing at the World Cup. What's that?
Well, it have different platforms, as pro clubs is a very big community internationally. So you have qualifying process, just like real football, different platforms. I know the VPG team qualified. I think their group, they play Colombia. We had some good wins. The ITFA, I think we play Turkey, Iraq, and Colombia too. We never progressed past the group stage, but this is the first time we ever qualified for the World Cup. So that's a real big thing. And it's international. I mean, like it have qualifications in Africa, in Asia, in Europe, in South America, in the Caribbean. So yeah, it's actually a big thing now.
Huge.
So Miles, tell me a little bit more about your character, your profile in the pro clubs, because your good friend is giving you a lot of stick. Stefano is saying that you're not too good either. But tell me a little bit about yourself. What position you play, and what is the team that you represent?
All right, so FIFA is actually something very near and dear to my heart. In 2012, I entered my first 1v1 tournament, and I actually placed top 4. I felt like I was the best player in South at that time, right? And I progressed now to I started playing pro clubs in 2017, and I am one of the best central midfielders in central attacking midfielders in the league. Cams, I play cam. Press will say otherwise. He would prefer me. He would prefer me in a different position. But for my club, I play in the cam, and I was actually one of the most productive cams last season in the league. My club also had the top scorer in the league, netting 39 goals, and I am telling you, I was involved in creating a lot of those goals.
Shameless plug. No, fellas, I would have played a better the pro clubs. I would have been part of defense force a couple years. This could be about 3 years ago. So, I've been a part of the community. And what was really, shocking for me was a culture shock. Was, if you miss a training, men coasting on you. If you show up a minute later game, men coasting on you. So
I have a bad reputation for that as a manager.
So what I'm saying is,
I strict.
How do you all balance, your personal lives versus, keeping this commitment in a game? Because this is a serious commitment. This is not games. I mean, it's a game, but this is not no games, if you understand what I'm saying.
Go ahead, Press. I'll let you go because you have more responsibility than me.
Yes, exactly. I have family, a wife, and kids, and it does be difficult, but thankfully I have a great wife, so she does support me with it. And then my teammates are the best players in the world. Jerry, I'll come back home, mate. Are the best players in the world. Shout out Searching, Carla, and everybody. And how I could say, boy, it's just basically time management. Yes, it's like a job. It's an actual job. Like, you have to make time out of your day to say, hey, fellas, we train on Monday at 9 p.m. Please be on time. We are men like Barry, always late, but we believe that for another day. Please be on time, and we dedicated towards that. So it's like, the good thing about it is with the pandemic, especially with the curfew, we just had the time too now because everybody will be home by 9 o'clock. Well, majority of people, all who not essential.
Yeah,
majority.
Or all who not taking a chance. Now, I see, as you mentioned that, right? I see one of the I guess improvements or innovations for the next version is a drop-in where you don't need the 11, the full 11. You could round up a squad of 4 or 5, I believe, and get your sweat or get your training on. You could probably train in smaller groups that way. That kind of thing. Who do you train against, though? Do you train against
the computer?
Okay.
The AI. Yeah, okay. You train against the AI.
Yeah, that's a drop-in mode, right? That's not really that's for people who think they're good but they're not good. They just play drop-ins and say, "But I'm real good, have a good team." No, you're not good. That's the reality.
Yeah,
competitive clubs completely different.
You frequent?
No, not really.
Hey, Rabs and Banter, it's the Juggle. We're talking with Ronald Hernandez and Miles Matthews of the Trinidad Super League. It's the latest virtual crave in terms of playing FIFA online with your friends. Or I guess you're not so good friends, as we seeing between these two guys here. And they are telling us that they're about to launch a huge partnership with the Guardian Media Limited, so you can look out for that. Guys, before we go, how you tell me 10K in top prize,
20,000
over
in
20K
cash.
in prizes overall. Where is this coming from? You guys have sponsors on board already? Because I'm not too good in the FIFA, but if you have is there space for like equipment manager that kind of I could service somebody control or some kind of, come on.
We do have sponsors. We actually have room for a couple more sponsors. What we're doing, we're trying to partner with the small business community. We provide an advertisement through our platform, and you would help us with a small donation. It's very cost efficient. You could reach out to us as a small business owner. You would be interested, I could guarantee you. I'd also like to shout out some of the investors like JCF Investments and Insurance, Simple M Services, Milo's Barbecue in Point Fortin. They say the meat does fall off the bone. I'll check them out.
Come on,
Shoestrings, check them on IG. RE Promotions from Tobago, One Caribbean Beauty Spring Shop, and Football Done. Football fans, Football Done, all check them out. Also, it's like an online prediction thing. They could win, it have prizes, check them out.
All right, so we're talking just towards the end of this evening's edition of the Juggle FIFA Pro Clubs.
I'm jumping on these fellas now.
Yeah, really quick,
real quick. So to the Barca fan, enjoy bankruptcy soldier, and to the Liverpool man, you see what they do in Anfield Day. You see that tiffin thing. You see what our referee do. We go see all in the bridge. Don't talk.
And that's the way we have to say goodbye.
Yeah. All right.
Gain your last word. I was going to cut it off, though. But gain your last word now, man.
I just want to know why I don't reach juice. But anyway, go ahead. That's it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining in on the Juggle. That was our friends Ronald Hernandez and Miles Matthews of the Trinidad Super League. It's the new virtual online craze that is set to take Trinidad and Tobago by storm. It already has been, and it sounds really, really interesting. I'm not much of a. I love FIFA, I must say. I love the game, but I've never really dabbled too much in the pro clubs and the online. I can't take licks, boy. I can't handle that licks and that laughing and that.
Yeah.
So, but I might try it out. Who knows? 20K in prizes in a league. Come on now.
Quick learners.
Guys, this has been another edition of The Juggle brought to you by our good friends.
The Jack
Daniels. We had a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Once again, guys, you can go over to our Instagram. There's a poll running actually. We're asking you to just put your input on what was our hot topic segment today. A quick vote on whether you think Ronaldo, Lukaku, or Salah, or whichever forward player you think will be the most impactful. If I might just head over there really quickly, Stefano, to give you guys a quick idea of some of the impressions we've had so far.
From the fanboys.
Or girls.
The fanboys, the Christy fanboys.
Yeah. So one of the polls that we ran was whether Cristiano Ronaldo might be able to top 20 goals. Whether Mo Salah would be able to top 20 goals. Some people are saying easy. More people are saying yes than no. For Mo Salah topping 20 goals, whether Lukaku will be the top forward, and that's pretty much an even split. More people saying no than yes though for the Golden Boot. And whether Cristiano Ronaldo is indeed in a league of his own or over the hill, and again, more people in favor of saying that he is actually in a league of his own.
Well, league is a Portuguese league.
So we'll keep these up, and of course we'll share the results on our Instagram. It's the Juggle 868. That's Instagram. Of course, you could visit the Juggle on Facebook, and for full episodes of each and every episode, you can look out for those on YouTube, the Juggle channel, and of course, there's where you find us.
Correct.
Yeah, there's where you find us, Stefano. I feel as though, and somebody endorsed it here earlier, I feel as though the hour is not enough.
Yeah, we will. We discuss it off here, drink a couple jacks.
Yeah,
and, we talk business.
Yeah. I feel as though, the hour is not enough. Somebody is saying, tell Nicholas to sponsor. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been The Juggle. Join us again next week, Monday, for more of the greatest and, of course, most intelligible football discussion happening in Trinidad and Tobago on the airwaves. I am Jassy Marique. On behalf of Stefano Oliveri, I'm saying to you guys, I was going to say peace, love, and cupcakes like Janino. We'll catch you there, boy.
It's a Juggle.
Rabs and Panta.
Big baller, got my Benzema. Goal for me neck, nah give me eczema. Big baller, got my Benzema.